Hey everybody, this is Ben back again, and welcome back to another history video, because, I did my FBI warning screen and also my logos for the, the Disney stuff. And so today I figured for this video, I'm gonna now go over like all the different, well, maybe not all of them, but most of them, of the different bumpers, like, the feature presentation coming soon and now available and other stuff. I'm gonna be going all over those. And so here we are right now. Of course, now just so you know, I'm not going to be using images. I'm just only going to be using videos, in which I might be talking. Of course, there are a lot of different variations in terms of the voiceover and even music, but I'm going to talk over these just for the most part because of, well, I want to describe them to you and also, other stuff like that. So anyways, these are just some of the bumpers that were used from the 80s, like, the video, ask your video dealer about this hit title from Touchstone Home Video, and now a preview of another blockbuster from them. And now we have the feature presentation logo here, which is just in plain white text.
And now for our feature presentation. Good Morning Vietnam.
Yep, there are different variations of this, like that Good Morning Vietnam one that I showed you, plus this Tough Guys one, and then also the font is also different, would be different as well for some releases. This is an interesting one right here. This was right before, Adventures in Babysitting, of course. Or that was for Adventures in Babysitting, and now we have the coming soon from Touchstone Home Video, and also available bumpers, which is just the same as the 80s logo, but just with the text over it. And then now they'll look out for these other movies. Screen. And then that's the voiceover there.
And now here's a look at the Touchstone Home Video Smash Company hit, Down and Out in Beverly Hills.
Alright, now here are the coming to theaters and coming to video cassette now video cassette bumper, in which the music for these, majority of these bumpers, including the Lilac Blue ones, and also, well, these ones primarily, and also even the blue text, not these ones, but the ones where it says like now available on video cassette, like the font, the ITC Clearface font, which we will get to in a moment. The music in most of these is the first part of the song "Great Ovation" by Stephen Gray, or Steve Gray, I think that's what it is.
Coming from Walt Disney Home Video.
Yep, that first part of that music that you just heard is Great Ovation by Stephen Gray, and that's used on a lot of these bumpers. The different variations, of course. Here's the Sorcerer Mickey Walt Disney Home Video text, but with also from, and it just zooms up. Then here is the now on video cassette screen.
Disney classic, now on video cassette. Stay tuned for the most fun.
This is a kind of a different, interesting Stay Tuned bumper. I'm not sure what tape that's from. Then here is the feature presentation logo, which is the gold version.
And now for our feature presentation.
And now what's coming up is a different variety of different coming soon or now available from Touchstone logos.
Touchstone Home Video.
That's same after this with Walt Disney Home Video and then Walt Disney Classics.
Coming from Touchstone Home Video.
Here is the Walt Disney Home Video logo, the 86 one, which is the same, but it's just with the voiceover.
Coming from Walt Disney Home Video.
Look for the
Coming from Walt Disney Home Video.
I bet you guys might be pretty nostalgic watching this, as it might bring back a lot of memories from back in, if you were born in the 80s or 90s, will definitely most likely remember these. Same goes with the bumpers that we're going to get into soon.
from Walt Disney Home Video.
This one does not have Sorcerer Mickey at all. Then this one has Presents underneath.
From Walt Disney Home Video.
Now available on video cassette. And available now on video cassette.
Here's the coming to theaters
Coming
from
to
Walt Disney
theaters
Pictures
from
screen.
Walt Disney
And then these
Pictures.
these ones are Walt Disney Classics
Look
logos.
for these animated Disney classics on video cassette.
Just the only thing is the announcer, and that's it.
The fall.
And these are both, I think,
Look
the
for
same
these
variation,
animated
the
Disney
89
classics
or
on
80,
video cassette.
1990 Classics logo. I don't think they made, no, they didn't make a prototype,
Don't miss this
a version with the
timeless Disney
prototype or
classic from Walt Disney
the
Home
later,
Video.
last variant that was used in the 90s, and then here's a Stay Tuned
Look at
screen.
Other great titles available from Walt Disney Home Video.
It's gold there. Now we're going into the Lilac Blue screen, starting with this coming only to theaters this 1992 holiday season screen, which is, there are two different versions of this.
Walt Disney Pictures.
This one has music over it, while this
Coming
one,
only to movie theaters
it does not
this
have music, it just has
1992
the
holiday
announcer,
season.
the voiceover.
newest Disney animated
That can be
classic
seen on the
from
101
Walt Disney
Dalmatians,
Pictures.
and then the one with the music can be heard on Beauty and the Beast, the VHS of that. Now here are these screens, bumpers, which are
From Walt
the
Disney Home
Sorcerer Mickey Walt Disney text and coming to home video and coming to video cassette this summer or now on home video,
Classics.
and then
To home video.
coming this fall to home video.
Coming on video cassette this summer.
This one was an interesting one. This appeared on 100 at the end of 101 Dalmatians, except it has the Buena Vista
Coming soon
and
to
the
video cassette.
Sorcerer Mickey music over it. And then these bumpers are the Lilac Blue ones, but these say coming soon to video cassette or coming to video cassette, and they have the feature presentation music over it.
Now, on Walt
This next one after this, it has the 1992 gold Walt Disney Home Video music over it, plus the announcer. Kind of interesting, and here's the special preview and special previews bumper. Just the same thing, except this one does not have an S, while this one here does, because there are more previews at the end than just one.
More special previews from Walt Disney Home Video.
I think they appeared on Beauty and the Beast, but I'm not too sure. And then here's the feature presentation logo or bumper with the handwriting
And now our
or the text drawing itself, writing itself, whereas on the other ones they're just still images. There's also a variation of this where the background is
And
dark
now,
blue, which is
our
right here.
feature presentation.
Before our feature begins, here's a reviews of
Now we're about to
superhero
get into
videos.
the blue text, the ITC Clearface text. These are previews, which are seen on demo tapes. And then
Coming
here they are
soon
right
to
here. The
video
coming
cassette.
to video cassette screen. See the font is in ITC Clearface, and most of these have
Coming
the
soon to video cassette.
some of these, most of these would have the feature presentation music, but some, however, have the Walt Disney, the 1992 gold Walt Disney Home Video music along with the
Don't miss
announcer.
These exciting upcoming releases that you will find at your favorite video rental store.
Coming to
Like
video
this one has
fall.
the music over it, the Walt Disney Home Video music over it, and then some of these variations have a different font.
Coming from Touchstone Home Video.
Like this isn't a complete. This is I think ITC Karina. I think. Here's another one that has the Walt Disney Home Video music.
Now on video cassette.
And there's the different variations of them. There's also a variation which is actually coming up. There is a variation of this right here where it has the Walt Disney Home Video Presents. And then the
Video cassette.
now available on video cassette screen fades in halfway through the music, and then this one is completely different.
Look for these hit movies that
Here's
you
some
can
of the
own from Touchstone
different
Home
screens
Video.
right here, like hit movies you can own and own this big hit, and look it for these hit this hit movie, and several other things like that. So
For this ownable hit.
these were used on mostly like live action movies from Disney, plus even Touchstone, I think,
Don't
as
miss
well.
owning this big hit.
So
Don't miss
I think the
owning
thing that's
this
interesting
big
is that
hit
most
from
of these that
Touchstone Home
that have
Video.
this were even that like on Disney, the Touchstone, like the live action stuff. I
Now
think
you can own your
the ones
favorite
with
movies.
the Walt Disney Home Video music. Well, a few of them have been seen on Touchstone tapes, which is kind of interesting. Then here is the special preview after the feature from Walt Disney Home Video, and there's another one after this. This has special previews after the movie from Buena Vista Home Video.
For a special look at something new and different from Buena Vista Home Video.
And then the music over it, it's the same as that coming to theaters this 1992 holiday season that can be seen on the Beauty and the Beast videotape.
Stay tuned.
And here's the stay tuned bumpers right here, like this one, stay tuned after the feature for more great previews. And then there's another variation of this right here. Yeah, a lot of bumpers from at the time, and even like later on, they made all sorts of different variations depending on how they decided to do it back then. Here's the feature presentation logo, which is just the
And now,
feature text sliding in from the top and then presentation from the bottom. They'll join together.
And now our feature presentation.
There's also another variation of this where there's a variation of this right here where it's the font is in that ITC Corina font or Corina font. Not sure how you say it. Then here is the feature program screen. Or bumper, that is, whatever.
Coming from Hollywood Pictures.
That's an interesting variant of coming from Hollywood Pictures Home Video.
Now from Buena Vista.
Then
Home Video.
now from Buena Vista Home Video, and then now you can only hit titles from Walt Disney Home Video with the gold logo underneath.
Home Video.
There also was a Touchstone variant, but that's not included here though. But we've seen that before, and you get the idea. Then these bumpers are what's called Flashbang bumpers, which the reason why?
Coming soon to own on
When the text zooms out, or actually there's a bright flash at the beginning, like this one, and then the text zooms out, and then when it fades, when it gets to its position, the screen flashes again, and then the background turns blue.
Now available on video cassette.
Here's the coming soon from Disney Interactive screen. And these also include bumpers because DVDs were starting to become a thing around that time in the late 90s. They wouldn't make bumpers like this one, and also the next one where it says now available. These screens were both created so that, you know, because DVDs were becoming a thing and they had already some existing DVDs by then. Like the earlier Touchstone DVDs, or Miramax DVDs, or Hollywood Pictures, or Disney DVDs, or Dimension DVDs even. Not sure, and I think even Buena Vista home Video or Home Entertainment DVDs, I'm not sure if they actually made some around then. I don't think they do, but I could be wrong on that. Then here's the CD and cassette thing. Now available on CD and cassette, that is. Like the soundtrack and stuff. They also made a previews bumper like for the demo tapes, but that is edited out, so I'm not showing that. And these ones are the most pretty interesting. These were exclusively on the Crow VHS because, like, they had like an interview with Brandon Lee at the end of the movie, in which the reason why is because, as we all know, and it also says last on camera, because as we know, he died during the making of that film. The original Crow, that is, from 1994, not the one that came out last year, but the 94 one. The original. And as we know, long story short, he got killed on set by like a prop gun or something. I don't remember the whole story, but I know it has to do something with some faulty thing that murdered him. But aside from that, overall, here are the stay tuned screen, the normal feature, the normal stay tuned after the feature and feature presentation screens, which these ones are, they have a fade out and fade in with the text there. Then these ones are both normal. Or no, there's a normal variant after this one.
And now, our feature presentation. Stay tuned after the feature for another great preview. And now, our feature presentation.
now here is the regular feature presentation logo. I thought there would be like a stay tuned screen and then the feature presentation, but with the, here's the feature program right here. I thought there was another one. I thought the feature presentation logo would do the same as the other ones, like, the flashing thing after the stay tuned thing, but I couldn't remember somehow. Now over here is the film reels bumpers, which these were used during the 2000s, the early to mid 2000s. The flashbang ones I forgot to mention. Those were used from 1994 to 1999 or 2000. Then these ones, then Disney updated these. This time the film reel background, they have a background that's again blue, but this time there are film reels turning and spinning, and then there also would be several colored rectangles and squares, rectangles that change color, and then also the lines as well. This would also be used for the sneak peeks menu from 2004, and then they took out the squared rectangles, other stuff in that menu from 2004, late 2004 up until 2008, I think, when they updated it, and then they ultimately discontinued it in around like 2010 or 2009.
Now available to own on video. Now available to own on DVD.
Some of these bumpers are kind of rare, but that was what they had at the time.
DVD. Now available on video and DVD. Now available on DVD and video. Now available to own on video.
And of course, whenever a bumper appeared at the beginning of the DVD, they would have that notice there, press menu to play movie or to select other options. Then here's the now available on CD and cassette screen for any soundtracks, for the film. And then this next one up here is an interesting one. They made a one for the PSP. This was recorded on somebody from a real PSP. These are all screen recorded by other people and then compiled together.
Now available on video. Now available.
Then this one is an interesting one. Now available collector's edition DVD. That's a pretty interesting one. That might have been used like only in 2000, I think, or 01. Not too sure, but I'll have to look at it. Yeah, I'm not really too sure. I don't really know that many DVDs that would contain that. Then now we got the new from Disney Interactive. Now the now available on video and Disney DVD screen, I believe that might have been used internationally, but I don't know. I haven't really seen any with that, or maybe it might have been in the UK. I don't know. I'm not really. Probably. Yeah, but anyways, now we have the feature program screens, which we just looked at, and then this next one up here, new from the Secret Lab. This is kind of an interesting one. These are not every single bumper of this. I know there's more, both internationally and even here, but I'm not including them. But anyways, here's the feature presentation logo, and then this one up here, as I decided to include it, this is an interesting one. This was used for select Disney titles like Atlantis: The Lost Empire, and it was also used for the Platinum Edition titles, in which, as we know, it starts from the Disney castle, and then we zoom in, and then we cut to several screenshots of Disney titles on a film strip. Then the feature presentation logo rises up, and then the fireworks appear in the background, and then finally, last but not least, we have these coming soon bumpers, in which these were used from 2007 up until 2012. And then after 2012, Disney discontinued these bumpers for good. These are just basically the same, but just with kind of the same, I guess, stuff, but with different colors and whatnot. So I'm not really going to get into this too much further, so I'm going to cut it here. Hope you guys enjoyed this, the Walt Disney home video or home entertainment. Coming soon, now available, or feature presentation IDs or bumpers. and I will see you again some other time in another video. So there you go for today.